Hey guys, it's Katie with JLT Performance, and today we're going to install our open air intake kit for the 2015 to 2017 Mustang GT. So this intake kit does require a tune, so just make sure you have the correct tune fully loaded before you begin the install. Now you're going to remove the engine cover from the vehicle by popping it up in the front and in the back. And then you can wiggle it out. You can remove the strut cover if you want a little bit more space, but it's not necessary. You're going to remove this mass sensor, these three fittings, and this sound tube. You're going to loosen this hose clamp and remove this bolt so you can take the stock intake out of the vehicle. Disconnect this harness from the stock airbox. Now you can remove the stock airbox from the vehicle. Remove this grommet and put it back into the vehicle, and then you're also going to remove this grommet and shoulder washer to put on the new airbox. Install the grommet and the shoulder washer from the top of the airbox. Use a flathead screwdriver to loosen up this clamp so you can pull the sound tube out. Now you can just remove the clamp. So now you need to decide if you want to keep the sound tube. You can adapt it to the new intake tube. We always recommend that you remove it, so that's what we're going to do for the remainder of this install. Install the plug and the clamp. Install the JLT airbox into the vehicle. Secure it down using the bolt that you removed earlier. Now you're going to push this through the airbox to line it up with the inlet in the front. You're going to want to make sure that this goes around the inlet. When installing, it's easier to reach inside the duct to make sure that it is wrapped around the inlet flange. And also, you're going to want to make it line up where the box is in between the two dots. You need to transfer the mass airflow sensor from the stock intake to your new JLT intake. You're not going to reuse the hardware, so we like to just reinstall it back onto the intake tube. Now you're going to install the mass airflow sensor onto the new tube. It has an opening here, so that's going to need to face the filter. If you decided to block off the sound tube, you're just going to install this cap here. If you decided to keep the sound tube, this is where you're going to connect it. Not all 2017 models are going to have this connection, so if you don't have it, you'll just remove this, the smaller fitting, and then you'll plug it. Install the coupler and clamp onto the throttle body, and then you can tighten down the clamp. Install the tube into the filter, and then you can tighten down the clamp. Install the clamp onto the coupler, and then the intake tube into the coupler, and rotate it into position. Once you have the intake tube into position, you can secure it down by tightening down the hose clamp. Now you can just reconnect all of the quick connect fittings and reconnect the sound tube if you're using it. If you want to install the optional foam heat shields, you can install it to the top of the airbox. Push this into the spot on the airbox, and then reconnect the mass airflow sensor harness. Now that you're done installing the intake, you can just reinstall the engine cover. All right, so that's it. It's a super easy install, but if you have any questions or you just want to know more, you can always check it out on our website or give us a call, and I'll see you next time.